series, as well as games like Under Night, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, the whole shebang, Guilty Gear Strive as well. So definitely check that out if you're an experienced player. Great way to, prove your stuff. And if you're a new player, I think there's no better way, especially in this kind of situation we're in right now, to be able to, dip your toes into the kind of competitive scene right from the convenience of your home.
Yep. And like I said, that top 8 payout, man, even if you don't win and you get 7th place, you walk home with $50. And look, that's an extra gacha roll, man. That's for you'll get your waifu or get your own unique mobile suit if you got a mobile suit gacha game. So it's not like it's a loss at the end of the day. You at least get a win out of it, And like I said, it's easy to jump into it. You just got to go to the website and enter, hit the registration button, and give it a try of all these games, man. It's so beautiful, man. Gundam is a beautiful game. So make sure you guys go and check it out.
It's an incredible game. I'm sure there are some people tuning in who are pretty unfamiliar with how the game goes. So I'm very excited to just jump into our next match and just kind of dip you guys through what's going on in this game. I'm familiar with it, but first up, we're going to have Turkish Gregs versus Finland Busters. So that's going to be a fun one, and hopefully we have some player cards here for you to see what the matchups are going to be like. But yeah, man, I'm super excited to just jump in here. So let's take a look.
Yeah, so Turkish Gregs, man. So we got Sheridan and Penelope, right?
So it looks like Zayrok. It looks like they're either regged or they might be running Toggy's 3, but we don't really know what Karjar might be running, so there's definitely a little bit of an unknown factor, and this is definitely the kind of game, right, where you can kind of whip out a pocket suit of some sort depending on matchup, I think. So looking forward to seeing.
And I actually don't see a lot of Toggy's 3, so I'm actually looking forward to see what they bring into the table with Toggy's 3. And they out here bringing out. They probably going to show off some Turkish gameplay. Represent the Turkish game. So I already like that name. I already like how prideful they are, man, stuff like that. So I really hope they bring something really, really unique to the table. Like I said, I haven't watched these guys play, so I'm really, really looking forward to this. Now the Finland Busters, man, this name already got me shivering. When you put the first four letters right there, we say Wi-Fi, and then we put Finland, and then the Busters. Ooh. That is dangerous. So I'm assuming that this is what they are, Go Sumo and the DX.
Yeah, that's what we might be seeing. So just to give our viewers some, behind the scenes here, we have a player survey from all the players regged where they did submit what their kind of like main suit or maybe subsuits are. So based on that, it looks like it might be DX Sumo, but we might find out. I wish I actually had a little bit of insight into what they played in the qualifiers, but it does make it quite a surprise for us going into our first match. So yeah, I think we could be seeing a lot of things. I believe Karjar registered as Penelope as their main, so we might see Penelope Toggy's 3. I think that could be pretty cool. That would definitely be an exciting one to watch.
Yeah, and I actually like Penelope a lot. I'm looking forward to see how Toggy's play. Because like I said, I rarely see a lot of Toggy's 3. I see a few 2, but not a lot of 3. So I actually am a big fan of just like aesthetics of Toggy's 3. So I'm actually looking forward to see what they're going to bring in the matchup, especially against the Finland. So
yeah,
how do you feel about Toggy's 3 as a character? Do you think it's a good pocket character?
I feel like I see a lot more Toggy's 2 than 3. Toggy's 3 is definitely just a little bit harder to maneuver, but looks like we're not going to be seeing it. Looks like we're going to be seeing Excelia. So our first match here, we do have DX Excelia versus... I didn't see what the Misala's partner was, but honestly, any perspective here is going to be pretty interesting. But let's take a look at this Excelia. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So it is. So Excelia, she's going to be sitting in the back, shooting her beam rifle, right now. And I really like this character a lot because I feel like she sits in the back and just dish out, nice, long, damage hits, right? So, she'll shoot, and basically if you get hit by that, it's going to take a lot of damage. It's going to slow the tempo down.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We're seeing a Penelope Misala team from the other team here. So that is a pretty interesting team at neutral. And right now, it looks like they're giving them a lot of trouble because, as we see Misala in the back, they're very untouched, and Excelia already kind of about half HP. DX popping burst here.
Yep. Now DX is going to try and set up the tempo, especially for, wasn't able Oh, that was pretty fast. Oh, and now Excelia's getting knocked down in the corner, and then a pop burst. Oh, this is really bad. Okay, counter burst. Let's see what the Excelia do from this situation. Unfortunately, wasn't able to put the bits on her in time and died.
Yeah, that is not looking so good here for DX and Excelia, but you know, I am really liking this Penelope Masala comp. Just a lot of screen pollution, right? For people unfamiliar, Penelope just makes little missiles basically whenever it does anything. And of course, Masala is definitely one of the premier screen pollution suits, especially at the low cost, just making it very annoying to try and handle. So it is looking like quite a lot of trouble here for the DX Excelia.
Yeah, and they finally broke through the mid-range right now, but I feel like it's a little too late because they did so much damage. Like, they did a great job just dishing out a lot of damage and also staying alive. What a nice finish. That was very, very clean play from that team. That Penelope was out there just sitting back, relaxing, and just holding the mid-range. Like you said, pollution. Just putting it all on the ground, putting it all on the field, you know? Like, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what you're going to have to receive, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Turkish Busters, sorry, not Turkish Busters, but definitely this Penelope Masala team looks like they have a huge handle. It looks like they're going straight back in. So I don't expect to see any kind of suit changes.
Ooh,
oh, no, wow, okay.
Switch it up.
Yeah, switch to Barbatos. I think that's hopefully going to work pretty well. Barbatos, a little bit more mobile than Excelia, and just with the fast main, that is a little more safe than Excelia's main shot. The Barbatos here might be able to kind of disrupt. But, you know, I definitely am interested in seeing if they're going to be able to adapt, because I think this Penelope Masala has been giving this team a difficult time. So we'll take a look here.
Yeah, I'm assuming once the Barbados get in, they will be able to create like a little havoc and kind of like break the formation. So I think I kind of like that choice from the player. And okay.
Yeah, Nick's having a lot of trouble here just navigating, chasing Masala right now, but
yeah, not able to get the hits that he wants, but taking a lot of damage. Both of them taking a lot of damage right now, really, really early. And Penelope is going in right now. Okay.
Yeah, DX died before you use first. This is looking pretty one-sided here for Penelope and Masala, just doing such a good job here. Let's see if Barbatos does have a half burst. Might pop it here. Yep, here we go.
Okay, all right. Let's see what he does with this.
But at this point, you just need as much damage as possible. It almost doesn't matter what the target is. It goes down in burst. This is not looking like the game for Turkish Gregs. I think Turkish Gregs are about to take this to 0. This is 3-5 though, so they'll be able to.
That might change. That damage might do something now. Unfortunately, wasn't able to break through the defense right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Barbatos is going to be able to even get a second burst here. It goes down, gets cut, and that's going to be the second game in favor of Turkish Gregs, going up to 0. But, you know, I'm not too surprised at that. Just this wall from Penelope Masala looks very difficult for the DX team to overcome. From the Busters, you know, it's looking pretty difficult. So maybe they need to try a new game plan. The DX is unfortunately just not working out that well, just running into a lot of stuff. There's really not much else to say so far in this match, but you know, maybe we'll take a look at the Masala or the Penelope side to see what's working so well for them in this game 3. But you know, we might see another suit switch. Kind of hard to say.
I feel like they might switch it up again. They might feel like this might be the answer. You know, or it looks like they're confident with that same team. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what is happening on the Penelope end, because right now, like you said, they are landmines after landmines after landmines. They walk through one landmine, they thinking that okay, they don't have any more landmines, and then boom, there's another landmine. And just damage output is just consistently growing, and they're covering each other very, very well. So I think that's actually pretty good. They are very, very comfortable at playing at this pace right now.
Yep, so we are watching Con Vibrations here piloting this Barbatos. Looks like we're going to swap over, take a peek at the Penelope here.
Yep. And Penelope is looking like she is. They are having a good time right now. You know, chilling, shooting the beam rifles, controlling a lot of space, just holding the mid range down, and not putting themselves in the corner. So this is probably why it's really dangerous. Why this team is so strong is because they're just holding the ground really, really well, and they're just covering each other. You see one person get started, the other person's there to cover, they get out, and then now they move around and they rotate. So this is really, really good team comp gameplay right now. And oh man, that hurts. Ooh.
Yeah, they're able to just support each other really well, and it's looking like a really solid game yet again. This is we're watching Xerox Masala right now. Really solid. Nice up here.
That was so clean. Okay, the teammate is in the bad spot, but he's still covering it at a good range, and the damage output is adding up. It may not be a lot the first time, but after the 6, 7, 8 time, it's definitely going to start bleak, you know?
Yeah, really nice sub there as well. Xerox putting up some great support here for his partner.
Oh, he stopped the tempo while that person that burst. That's really huge. That's a lot of time going now. Okay. And just in case you guys, what's happening?
Yeah, we saw some nice stall attempts here from Xerox. Was able to deflect a lot of the pressure from the Barbatos burst, and it is looking really bad here as they just need to kill each opponent once to end this. So we'll see here Penelope at HP just living on the edge.
Yeah, just living on the edge. Jesus Christ, man, that was so clean. It was just amazing just how that person was just literally just dancing around in the corner with 8 HP, just like, yeah, I'm just going to sit here and be comfortable in the situation, and I'm still going to try to pick those landing punishes and stuff like that. So great play, great decision-making from the Penelope player.
No, absolutely. Man, that was pretty one-sided, but, you know, a great way to start off our day here, right?
yeah, right? That morning tea right there.
Oh, man, yeah, I mean, looking forward to taking a look at some more matches, but let's take a look here at some recaps from our match. I think the early swap seemed like it was a little bit better. That the Excelia didn't really was working out very well, but you know, I think regardless, I think Finland Busters we're just having a little bit of trouble here against Turkish Gregs on a player skill level. Turkish Gregs just looking really well oiled here, definitely ready to try and take it today, it looks like.
Yeah, they're actually looking really, really confident, man. Like, I'm not going to lie. That team is definitely looking very, very clean, looking very, very solid, and they are looking like they want to go in grand final. So
yeah, well, they are well situated here in the upper bracket semis. They're going to be fighting against the winner of our next match, I believe, Neko Mimikon versus Solgor Teach Chinese. So that is going to be an interesting one. I know at least Solgor's team has Sol Neko on it, who I'm familiar with, and unfamiliar with the players on Neko Mimikon's team, but very excited to find out, to get acquainted with them, right?
Right, exactly, man. Like I said, I'm really, really happy to see all of these players that I haven't watched before, man, come in, and they showing some cool gameplay, man, showing some really, really good gameplay. So I'm assuming the Neko team, they seem that they're going to be playing Reborn's Exia.
Yeah,
so that's actually...
That's what we think based on the surveys, but again, anything goes. Really hard to say. Right.
And right now, their win ratio is looking very, very solid, man. It looks like they are not trying to lose. They're not trying to get below C. They're trying to get that B+, and
yeah, with the win-loss record stuff, I think since there aren't as many matches, there's not as much info to garner from them, but I think it does give us a good idea of how many of these qualifiers they've entered.
Right, exactly.
That's a big thing. And they are going to be playing against Sol Neko and Vincent Kyoya. So that's going to be a fun one. I think, what did we have as our projected team for them is Red Frame the O, based on the survey. Again, that is, we're not quite sure if that's what it's going to be, but I think we'll find out. But it did seem like it was looking something like Red Frame the O. So in any case, it's probably going to be something pretty aggressive, but we're going to find out. I do see them. It looks like, is that V2 I see? It looks like I see Red Frame V2.
Oh,
so I'm liking that versus Reborn's. That isn't Exia though. I actually missed it. But we're gonna find out. But yeah, V2 Red Frame's an interesting one, right? Red Frame is a pretty aggressive suit. V2 is a little bit more of a defensive, I want to say. So I'm not sure. It might be front Red Frame actually. But yeah, we'll find out here.
I'm not gonna lie. I like watching Red Flame when they do the flex on you with the combos. You know how he does the stance and things like that, man. I hope we get to see some solo.
Okay, it's Barbatos. Yeah, so it's Reborn's Barbatos, the pretty orthodox team. Just gonna kind of take it at their leisure and push in when they need to. V2 though is definitely a suit that there's a lot to talk about here, because for V2, V2 can play slow. It has a timer, so it can go in really aggressively when it wants to. But we'll see what happens here. We're watching this perspective here from Reborn's. And we're probably going to see how this Reborn's deals with V2, whether he wants to pressure, went out of the mode, and take these knockdowns. Here comes Red Frame coming in here from Solneco.
Oh, nice challenge behind the building. That's really, really good.
Yeah, it's very difficult, actually, to attack in against Reborn's, though. Just a very good suit for playing defensive when need be. Here goes Solneco again, just trying to get in, but, the Gaga and the Omicron, as well as the Cannon 2A, make it difficult. Oh! Nice melee.
Nice punish. Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, watching Reborn's play is actually really, really fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Reborn's, the thing about Reborn's is a really strong range suit, but also has a good side B. So, that melee is also not to be messed with, right? There's a reason why you pick F with Reborn's. Bursting and Cannon.
Oh, nice. Okay. He's keeping his composure. Okay, shooting around. Oh, he gonna get that punch? He did.
Nice.
Wow, that was actually really, really good. Now he's got the breakdance all the way over there.
Much damage here. That's actually such a good burst from Reborn.
Ooh. Okay. He took a lot of damage. Got a hard knockdown. Okay, Barbados is sitting a little defensively, just waiting for his teammate
he might just wait for his partner to die because Reborn's at 34 HP. Reborn's goes down, but he's going in anyways. Tries to back off a little bit.
Yep. Nice shot. Okay, now Reborn's back with full life. Did use a burst, so he's going to have to do a lot of damage before to get burst again. Oh, what a hit. Oh, that was really nice, but he got punished by his teammate.
Yeah, V2. V2 is is out of mode, actually, so not much of an opportunity.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Reborn's coming back. Oh, nice punish to intercept his teammate getting hit. Reborn's getting another burst right now. It's very dangerous because the damage output is really high. And now they are controlling the tempo mid-range. Oh, he got in. Wasn't able to get the conversion, but his teammate is in a bad situation.
Nice.
Went for the slam. That was really good. Now he's in a bad spot, and he's dead right there. That was very, very good. Good, clean gameplay, man. I'm not going to lie. That Reborn's Barbados team looked kind of crispy, Yep.
It's looking pretty solid here. Barbatos did what needed to do. Actually, a pretty good example of how Barbatos gets to kind of abuse playing an overheat with the command dash and CSA and such and so forth. So good stuff from that team. I think just pretty solid. The V2 Red Frame. I think Red Frame there unable to really get their game plan going. It's a weird comp. I feel like it really hinges, I think, on a double push from V2 and Red Frame. And I see the V2 kind of unreadied, so maybe we're going to see a team swap from these two players. It's definitely hard to say, but I do think that I would either like to see a swap or some kind of different approach strategically, like popping the mode, popping the time mode early, and just running the gun with Red Frame at the same time. Because we saw Red Frame. We saw Red Frame just like diving straight for Reborn's. That's very hard. Reborn's is really strong at disengaging. Has so many self-defensive tools.
And on the top of that, he's a higher cost, so he's going to have more boost advantage against Red Frame. So once Red Frame kind of failed to get in, he's definitely going to dish out a lot of damage on that punishment, and it's going to slow the team down and make his victory, his teammate who's playing V2, harder to actually set up for him.
Yeah, so we're watching, we are watching the V2 perspective here, and this is a situation for Vincent Kyoya. He needs to basically make some plays happen in this mode.
Uh-oh.
It looks like we are having a little bit of a connection issue, but we're going to see when we come back here. But I do want to see more from that mode. Like, I want to see when V2 pops the mode. I want to see them run straight in, honestly, try and score some knockdowns because, unless the Red Frame can really make the plays happen, either that or a target swap. Like, I feel like maybe just jumping on the Barbatos here is a little bit of a better game plan than trying to gun down the Reborns. Hard to say. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So my thoughts is I feel like going at the Barbados and then like you said, going into that V2 mode really quick and trying to get that quick knockdown and dish out damage, because in that mode he does do a lot of knockdown setup, so that be able to get to set up more tempo opportunities. And on top of that too, they are higher costs on the Barbados, so he's not going to be able to evade as much as he can. He's going to have to take a lot of risk. Then that allows the Reborn players to have to make risk and make decisions, and then that makes errors. And then when you make those errors, because you have to kind of take a risk to look out for your teammate, then you can start looking for punishments and things like that. But running at a wall like that has perfect defense, is kind of like not heavily on the offensive play favor, especially against Reborns.
Yeah, no, totally agree. Honestly, I kind of want to see suit swap, or I want to see on this game too. So it is it's 3 out of 5, right? So you can afford to lose 2 games here. So they are down 1 game for Team Solgar Teach Chinese. So if they're planning on taking over Neko Mimikon, they probably need to try some high risk gambles. I mean, well, I say that they definitely tried something in game 1. I don't really think it worked. Game 2 was not looking like the strongest start either for them. So I would like to see either like a full on committed gamble around start for this comp, or a suit swap, one or the other. Yeah.
And it just went here that one of the Neko Mimi's teammates actually DC, so they're going to take a loss, unfortunately. But I'm still looking forward to seeing like some interesting switch ups.
Yep. Yeah. So Neko Mimi, they actually dropped that game for that disconnect. So here we are going into game 2. Okay. Oh, sorry, game three, and we're watching Sol Neko's red frame here to see if he can make it happen.
Yep, he's looking for a way to get in, but as you say, the running into Reborn's Gundam is not a good idea. But Reborn is knocked down right now, so maybe this might be a good opportunity to dish out a lot of damage against the Reborns.
I think they tried to pressure Oki here, but didn't really work out. So Neko trying to make something happen.
Yep. Oh, what a punish, man. It's like it's not working out anymore. He's trying to 1v1 it right now, and this is not a matchup that Red Frame would like, but was able to get a nice straight hit.
That Barbatos is absolutely looking, catches him with the pressure. Here we go. Oh, just a little bit too far. Tries to armor in on Reborns. Doesn't quite get it, but still looking much better here. Getting a lot of damage on this Barbatos.
Yeah.
Barbatos actually, they could actually get the overcuts here. Fighting burst.
Oh, this is a good burst. Oh, he gets the hit. Oh, that defensive, man. The strong defense for Reborn Gundams right now.
Yeah, V2 in the mode here. Needs to push some damage. Goes for the trident. I don't think they got it.
Okay. All right, this is actually pretty good for them. The V2 is very healthy right now. Could play the long game now. Has a lot of health.
Yeah, the problem is Sol Neko did die first. Nice shield on the Garo.
Oh, nice defense. Oh, that was good blocks. Okay, this is a bad spot now. Good counter. Good counter burst. Oh, he evaded that. It was so clean. That was so clean.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good. I think you take that as V2, right? You were able to mitigate a lot of damage, and the burst actually regens the timer on the mode. So V2 is going to get AB mode right now. So if they can see it opening, he's just going to pop it right now.
There we go.
Yeah, they're going to go for the Barbatos here. Barbatos very low.
That was so good. That was
Sol Neko going for some Oki. Maybe doesn't get it. Gets Garo beat out here. V2 very low, though. It looks like they're going to give Sol Neko one more life.
Yes, I think that's a great decision, especially for the red friend to go ahead and get that full life, and he can go ahead and rush down, and he can control space with the long range right now. So I think that was a smart decision.
Okay, he's stalling a bit. They're going to pop the mode, and they're going to straight for the Barbatos. Here we go. Sol Neko fighting burst. Sol Neko closes it out.
Smart. Wow, that was such clean gameplay. I like the strategy now. Like you said that if they go for the Barbatos, that's going to make the Reborns take more risk, and that's exactly what they just did. That was so smart for them.
Yeah, so man, I feel like that momentum shift is all they needed here. So they're actually leading 2-1. I know I started by I think I started this set kind of making it sound like it was not a good position for Sol Neko and Vincent to be in. But clearly the tables have turned here.
Man, I'm talking about the table has flipped. Yeah. I feel like they just flipped the table and was like, nah, we're about to create some havoc. And like I said, I think that was a smart thing to do, was to do damage to the Barbatos, and then after that, focus on the Reborns, because now the Reborns got to deal with the double lock, and it's up to the players to make the right moves and the right options to get out of those bad situations. And they adapted well, and they was able to find a countermeasure.
Yeah, basically, if Sol Neko can make the clutch play, then they're looking pretty. So, game 1, it didn't work out. Game 3, though, it did. So we're going to take a look again. And again, they are only one match away. Here we go. Just double diving in. Gets the hit.
Okay, nice combo.
Yeah, no cut either. And we have Oki here.
Yep. Okay, now Reborn's got out. Used a lot to get out of there.
Tries to armor, but it downs too fast.
Man, that was actually good defense right there.
Yeah, the thing is, Reborn has a lot of ways to hit Red Frame out before Red Frame can get the armor. Oh, gets a stun. Does not quite actually.
Oh, didn't capitalize from it, though.
Yeah, but it looks like his partner V2 doing a good job of just taking attention away from everyone. Got the cut on Reborns there.
Yep. So, and right now, Red Frame and Reborns are taking a lot of damage, but the other teammates are looking really healthy.
Oh, knocks him down before he can do anything. That's a huge.
They needed that.
So that goes so close to getting burst here. If he can like land a 1BR. Oh, the disconnect. I think that's going to be it. Because I think that was Nekomimi's teammate, or one of the players on Nekomimi's team. 3006 actually looked like they were going to give the win to Solneko's team. So Solgor T Chinese, I think, is going to be moving on into upper bracket round 2. I don't know for sure, though, but that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like that. That would be the worst way to go out, man. When they won the team and then they bounce back and then unfortunate things happen. And now they are going to take that win and, have to go home and tell the family about this.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see if that is what happened, but it was definitely some exciting matches getting to watch the Red Frame just go in.
I really like the game plan that they did when they win that. It's like they was focusing on the Barbados, and then after that, the Reborns was trying to make a presence and was getting hit. And then once Reborns got knocked down, then they had to deal with the Okazime in the game and was able to dish out a lot of damage and the V2 to stay healthy. Because like you said, the V2 is a very defensive suit. So the fact that it was able to keep the pressure going while also staying safe, while also allowing his teammate to have multiple lives, I think was the reason why they won. That was actually great gameplay and a great concept to use to counter against a strong suit and a strong team like Reborns. And,
I mean, it looks pretty like back V2 front Red Frame there. And, I think considering it looked like Solnek was basically playing front there, getting a lot of attention from both teammates, and while taking hits, honestly was still doing enough that just being able to free up your partner as V2 is pretty big. So in particular, we saw that fight in the buildings, right? We saw Solneko didn't really get too much, but then we saw at the same time that V2 was able to just rack up a bunch of damage getting cuts while their opponent's team was distracted, just trying to double lock Red Frame. So, it works out there. I think, it's just all about momentum. Red Frame, obviously wants these knockdowns, wants the opportunities to get close in and dish out the damage. And V2 obviously also is a very strong suit at getting those knockdowns, especially in the AB mode, right? In the time mode, you are going to be able to take it out. And I'm getting word that we do have Team Solgor Teach Chinese is going to take it over Nekomimi 3-1. So they are going to be playing against Turkish Greg. So that is going to be an interesting one. I'm very curious as to whether Solgor Teach Chinese is going to be able to punch through the wall that is Penelope Masala.
Yeah, that wall was kind of dangerous, man. And now we're going to be going to the double S tier team versus Feast and Seed. Oh man, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the name of double S tier team, so I'm looking forward to see what they're going to bring. But on the playlist,
we got the players,
so they're going to be playing the Banshee Norm, and that is the one on the left side. I guess they said we're gonna figure it out when we play.
Yeah, it seems like it could be Marasai maybe is probably my guess here based on the player survey from Saboteur. But we're gonna find out, I think. In any case, obviously Saboteur and Irisa pretty known in the community, even on the NA side, been really active doing stuff to support EU. And of course, the other team, Sneeds and Feed and Seed. Sneeds, Feed, and Seed is going to be Sigma, AX, and Carlo. And it's looking from the survey like it's going to be V2X1. But again, we're going to find out. If it is, though, then that'll be the second V2 that we see in the bracket. But that should be an exciting one. If it's going to be Norn V2. But I think we're going to find out.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing the Norm. Actually, I know. The Banshee series is just really. I really like their beam rifle because it's like it's very very like huge, right? So like if you get hit, it's very like demoralizing. It's like, oh man, I got hit by this.
Yeah, being Magnum from many of the Unicorn suits just really solid. Especially in this version, they did kind of nerf the beam rifle guidance a little bit, so the difference in guidance actually is pretty real. It's always been real, obviously, but with most of the other beam rifles kind of feeling a little bit weaker in this version of the game compared to in the previous iterations, Beam Magnum certainly is super real now, makes them have to respect that spacing a lot. So we'll see. Yeah. If it is Norn V2, I think it'll be pretty interesting since it'll be the kind of matchup where, well, I mean, V2 in general, I always enjoy commentating because, you get to see these timed pushes by the V2. You also get to see how just the existence of that mode pressures the enemy team to try and figure it out. But as Norn, I feel like Norn's pretty comfortable with a lot of situations. So I think it'll be up to the back suits, and if it's going to be V2 X1, then if it's the X1 trying to get in against the Norn, and if it is Marasai, then that's a lot of stuff on the screen compared to something like V2 X1, where I think that it's going to kind of be a little bit like that previous match we watched, where if it is V2 X1, then it will be a match where either it's going to be back V2 again and we're going to see front X1, or we're going to see a double front time push with the timer. Either way, I think could be interesting. So looking forward to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah, and I really like how X1 is a good choice because they can use the cloak to deal with a lot of the beam rifle shots. So they're able to kind of take a little bit more risk because they got a little bit more health to kind of like basically afford. And if they could use that opportunity to actually get in and actually take those hits, it's actually going to be very scary against.
It's looking like it might be Marasai Camphor. So 1500 versus I do see X1, so it could be V2 X1. Yeah, so I'm looking at the players in the lobby right now. It's looking like it's going to be V2 X1 versus Marasai Camphor. So it's going to be a double low cost team versus V2 X1. So I think matchup wise, it might be a little bit challenging because V2 X1 has a lot of ways to bully and get fast knockdowns. However, Camphor is one of the best ways to say, like, get off of me, right? Camphor is a really powerful low-cost suit, in burst especially, and it's definitely going to be a bit of a pain for X1 to deal with since Camphor's machine gun shots do go through the ABC mantle, go through the cloak. So, if Camphor is able to keep out this X1, it's going to be a bit of a problem. But, they are playing a double low-cost team. They could just get bullied by V2 in mode. There aren't very many outs versus V2, but we're going to be taking a look at Irisai's Marasai first. Gets tagged by Fork. So, that was a popped mode. So V2 already in the mode. Just trying to, Marasai here, just trying to get this X1 off his tail.
And the X1 is staying grounded. So he's going to be able to punish. Nice punch. His teammate wasn't able to capitalize from the overheat. I
like this choice here with the X1 going on Mars. I feel like that works out a lot better than X1 trying to go for Camphor here. We are taking a look at here. Saboteur's Camphor gets a nice AC. And a melee, the 2B. Gonna get a new one.
Okay.
Shooting burst.
He got
this
the
is
burst.
It here. A lot of damage can be pushed out in this mode.
Oh, this is a lot of damage right now. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So got away with that burst. Yeah, without taking too much damage. It's pretty good here.
Yeah, and I think they did a good amount of damage for being a low-cost team. So I know the team on the other side has burst now, right? They should be having burst. There we go. Okay.
V2 here trying to get some damage.
That hurts. That's a lot of damage.
Irisai is in burst, and oh wow, that damage actually gave Saboteur burst on Camphor. That's really huge.
Yes.
Yeah, here's the fighting burst here from Irisai. Gonna get a lot of damage. Tries to get a melee, I think. Still does not quite get it.
Oh, nice punish. And they're still holding it down. And the X1 is doing a good job staying alive. The V2 died. Took a lot of damage. Oh, and unfortunately, the X1 just died right now.
This is actually not so good here now for Irisai and Saboteur. As if Irisai dies, he's going to get overcosted in half HP. There it goes. So
there we go. Okay. And a knockdown. Wow. Oh, that was really good.
Their game plan might be to take out this X1 here. We're going to see. Camphor pushing out damage and burst. See what he gets here.
X1 using burst, so he's trying to stay alive this game. Oh, that took a lot of damage.
Camphor trying to get his partner. Can he get this hit? Does not quite get it.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, Marasai at 7 HP here just has to live, and here's the V2 burst to try and close out the match.
Oh, this is hard to get out. This is never mind. Got counter burst now.
Camphor trying their best just to stop this and peel, but not going to work out. Boost dash melee whiffs though. Irisai living on 7 HP here. Oh my God, lands over.
Oh goodness!
Oh, but Camphor got too low too.
That was a good punish.
Good stuff living from Irisa, but Saboteur also just got too low. It just came down to health. Both players basically just got too low. It makes sense. I think it looked like it was working out in the beginning, but not enough damage dealt from Camphor and Burst, I feel like. I feel like, yes. So Saboteur actually had some really good burst management, like bursting right at that halfway point. Got the burst again on their second life really fast, but just could not find that damage. And X1 working out pretty well against the Marasai, I think.
Yeah, and I feel like, as you said, like for a low-cost team, I feel like with that kind of strategy, you definitely want to do a lot of damage per life, right? You're going to be able to use a lot of lives to come back, so you want to try to dish out as much damage you can, because the moment you do a lot of damage and you're able to get a kill off before like your second to third life, you're going to be able to secure a lot of deal, because you're going to be able to wreak more havoc. So the fact that they didn't do a lot of damage when they had the burst and early on definitely wasn't in their favor. And also good stuff to the defensive players being able to counter that and be able to keep their composure. And the X1 being a front suit, being able to stay alive more than his for his teammate as a defensive suit. That was actually a good adjustment.
X1 didn't even die, I believe. I thought
it did, but it actually was able to stay alive. It was actually very impressive.
Yeah, I would actually like it to be. I would like to take a look at this V2. I think in this match, because we saw a lot of the action from the Marasai Camphor and the X1, but hard to say what this V2 has been really doing in this match here. I mean, obviously doing what they need to do, but in any case, Irisa getting punished
already right there. That's not good.
This X1 versus Marasai is working out really well.
God.
Long combo
just
here.
Dancing on him. Just dancing on him.
This is like the best situation here, because you buy so much time for the V2 to just try and bully Camphor.
Man, he took him to the stars.
The X1.
Did he take him down to the star? Is that it? Okay. I guess he felt bad.
Let's see. X1 trying to do 2B Oki here.
Okay.
Just hunting this Marasai.
This is not good right now. Like you said,
still has that cloak too. Like, hasn't even been touched. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
but I guess they still kept the
rescue.
cloak, so it's actually not bad. Teammate came to save, but they both already with low life right now, so it's not looking good for both players.
Okay. Throws that Toby assist. X1.
Oh, wow.
V2
Nice landing punish. Oh, man, that's not good. Look at the life. Look at the life they didn't lose versus, they took the whole bar. Now they only can work with so much. And
Camphor burst. The double burst here. They're just trying to push out as much damage as possible. Let's see what Camphor can do. They need a lot of damage on both players, honestly. Here, maybe go for the OC and
oh, that's pretty bad right now for the V2. V2 dying first, but the X1 is sitting back, so he's definitely going to try to stay defensive and try to get his poke back. Oh, popping burst is actually really good. Oh, but he got hit. I was able to tap. Okay.
Yeah, this not in mode here, and this is actually this shooting burst from V2. Unfortunately, doesn't look like it's going to work out that well. But regardless, they're still quite ahead, right? But X1 on their last life here. So Irisa and Saboteur, they're going to just try and close it out here versus X1. They're just going to try and rush this X1 down if they can. They did able to close that. So so Irisa was able to just run down to X1. That's the thing, is the X1 player is playing F burst, so he cannot defensive burst there. So that was a situation, like I was trying to say halfway through that match, is I think it was actually better for Irisa and Saboteur that they were able to kill V2 first and go for the OC kill on X1, because if X1 actually died first and came in at full life, it would have been a little easier to manage with that F burst. But so the timing actually worked out. But that's kind of what happens when you run in, you run in FX1 and it doesn't work out. Then that's kind of what happens. But
it seems like an all-in burst, right? It's like if you play F burst, you're going all in.
I mean, I'm just surprised that they were able to kind of bring that back. It was looking not so good.
It was very bad in the beginning. Like, the X1 was out here just, like I said, he was dancing on him in the corner, and unfortunately, he still was able to lose that. So I felt like we don't know what happened else in the mid-range that actually changed the tempo that fast.
Yeah, so this time very different here. X1 unable to get the hit. Okay. X1 just trying to peel on this Marasai. Can they get it? Boost dash melee, it's going to work.
Here we go.
Yep,
oh, he kept it quick because his teammate was behind him. Very good recognition from the player.
Yeah, V2 scoring a bit of damage here on Camper as well here.
And this is kind of looking like the same from the last game, but we want to see if they're going to be able to close it out. Okay, now he's
Camper
in the
has
corner.
burst. Yeah, Camper has burst here. I think we're going to see them pop it. Yep, there it is.
Oh, smart. Oh,
Nice block.
the block.
And it actually didn't get punished.
needed.
It's actually kind of dangerous. Uh-oh.
Oh, this is not good.
I mean, that's not bad. The damage there from the unblockable was not huge and did kind of drain a lot of the burst from Camphor. So I think the X1's actually kind of okay with this. Cloak is also back.
Wow.
And wow.
That assist. What an assist. He said, give me a hug, please. Oh, this is really good. But they did a lot of damage. Actually, pretty, this is actually pretty even, actually. We don't know how this is going to go.
Oh, here comes this Camphor. Damage.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going for the double kill on the X2 again, I think, or X1. I think that is really their best.
Wow, that round
start. Actually, health-wise, they're doing pretty okay too. Like Irisa on Marsai has a lot of HP here. 300 HP hasn't been touched yet, so this X1 needs to be very careful here.
Oh, and he just got
if they go down, it's a real problem.
Yep. I feel like he should avoid the Campler as much as he can because the Campler is the only suit right now on that team that can actually shoot him while he has the cloak on. So he's going to have to play the risk reward and kind of keep at bay on the Mars side and just kind of have his V2 kind of cover him.
Yeah, and Marsai has burst here, so Irisa is in a really good position.
That was good. That was so good.
It looks like they just want to try and kill Camphor one more time, I think. Here it comes, Irisa trying to close out, just gets the kill on X1.
Oh.
It's still in burst. Where's this respawn? This respawn's close enough. They're going straight for it.
Okay.
Yeah, Irisa just going straight for the X1 here. Can they get it? Just overheat, not enough. I'm looking at the other side of the screen here. We're seeing this 1v1 from V2, but the same side on the other side of the screen here, Marsai is hounding down X1 to try and close out the match. Here's the burst here. This might be it. They're just looking straight.
Oh, he evaded that? Oh, he got burst now.
Oh, they
V2
kill anyone
burst.
now.
What are they going to do?
It's so close. Everyone is low. Everyone is low. There it is.
God.
X1 able to tag out Camphor.
That was so crazy. Oh my goodness, that was so stressful, man. I felt like it was so even, and then it just went left really fast, and then it just went really fast. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I know I was calling out the action off screen because there were basically two 1v1s happening at the same time. There's like you guys were watching the V2 Camphor duel, but then at the same time I was watching this X1 Marsai duel to the death on the other side near the buildings. So it was really crazy. Anything could have happened there. So it's like Sneeze was able to take the game, but it really could have just gone anyway. So, man, what a match.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Now I feel like this is a very, very close match, man. I feel like both players are adjusting to each other, and I like that they're keeping the same suit because they know that this is actually really good for both teams, right? Like, it's like, okay, I just got to make the adjustments against him. I got to make sure I don't make a mistake here. And they're pretty confident of what they're bringing to the table in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think a big thing here is, like, they know that the X1 is going from our side, so it's really up to Irisa to try and defend versus X1. Good use of the spear, I think, is pretty key to just not letting X1 abuse the ABC mantle. They're getting a good amount of damage on V2 this game, though. V2 is actually lit quite a lot. X1 needs to make something happen here. Very close to Marsai, but can't really get in. There it is. Okay.
Ooh, nice. That was a very, very good damage. 221 damage real quick.
Good cut from Camphor, though. And Camphor it has burst as well. V2 getting clipped. Are we going to see a burst here? I don't think so, but we'll find out.
That was good.
Mode? The building saving the day, but not quite.
Oh no, this is good. It's really scary. He's going to have to do something with his burst, but he can't.
Yeah, X1 in an awkward position. Throws a nuke out. Let's see if it actually works out. He might hit his partner, actually. No, it doesn't. I don't think it
work out.
Yeah. All right, so X1 there's a problem here for Team Sneed, and I think Team Double S tier knows it. Good whip, really important whip there actually.
Okay, there's no cloak right now, so he's gonna have to run and make sure he stays close to his teammate because he has burst. Yeah, nice punish.
Irisa finds the kill. And it's really up to this V2 to try and stop them from just ignoring him and gunning straight for X1. Gets some good damage on Irisa. And Camphor's low. This is actually dangerous for double Esther team. I know it looks like the X1's on the brink of death, but at the same time, both of the low-cost suits are about to die. They gave burst to V2 too. This actually could be really bad. It's again a very close game.
Yep. Once the V2 burst, go right here, and then
V2 and burst. If he can close it out, Fork doesn't work out. Tries to get Irisa.
Oh, that's not dead. Oh, unfortunate.
And in the meantime, really X1's very, very close to trouble. If Camphor can try and close that, there's damage.
That's huge. They got knocked down.
It's like the same situation again. One of these guys actually needs to die, I think. Like either the Mars side. Oh my God, they did die at the same time.
Wow, the whip. Oh, that is unfortunate, man. That X1, I feel like the X1, that matchup was just really rough because he had the cloak. So it was very hard to kind of like shoot and do a lot of damage. So the X1 got into the range and he pulled out the whip and he whipped them out down to the lower bracket.
The problem was both Camphor and Marsai were really low HP, and they had 1 HP left to share. So one of those guys could have respawned with a little more life, but they both died at the same time, unfortunately. They got split up in the 1v1, which is really not what you want in this kind of comp. So really good stuff on Sneed's Feed and Seed for being able to separate the players and then kind of do what they wanted in this match. I think that was really key. Is they picked their targets and they tried their best to split them up. Worked out really well. Even if you're not necessarily like, let's say, winning the 1v1 this V2 when you're out of mode, you're buying a lot of time and you're letting your X1 do its job, right? Like yes. X1 this kind of match. Is like we saw some great whips in that last game too. Actually whipped Camphor out of S-Burst was huge, like absolutely huge.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, this V2 was getting a lot of like Yerbys, and I feel like those was really slowing down the tempo. And right here when he shot himself with the explosion, I was very, very scared for him. That was something that he definitely didn't want to do. But the X1 was capitalizing a lot on the land and punish, and the V2 was buying a lot of time with the defensive shots and just knocking them down slowly. And this was just really, really good, man. It's really, really good. I was building a lot of fights near the building area, and just a lot of like situations right here. Like, I thought he was gonna get the combo right here, but he dropped it. And right here, this is like really, really good. He got into the range, and boom.
Yeah, I mean, X1 just a very strong 1v1 suit. That whip that we're seeing, the side whip there, very difficult to deal with. Just fundamentally, it costs a lot of boost to step out of it, sure, but. Not as big of a deal when the opponents are playing low-cost suits. So, I think we did kind of see one of the situations that played out there, which is just both the suits bullying the low-cost. Especially, it looked like Marsai had problems. I think it looked a little scary to try and push in on Camphor, especially when he had bursts, but it was looking like Marsai was an easy kind of pick-off target, especially for X1. So, good stuff to Sneeds and Feeds. I think, the strategy worked out. Still, despite that, it was really close games, right? I think,
I felt like it was very exciting matches there.
Yeah. So next up, we had the last match here in the first round in this upper bracket here. We got Just for Fun versus Alternative V. And I'm excited to close out our first round of uppers, and that's really going to paint the picture for the rest of this bracket, right?
Yeah, and Just for Fun, I hope they have a great time. I guess this is the Exia on the left. And I don't know these players, so I'm looking forward to see what they show into the gameplay. I'm a huge fan of like Exia.
So I mean, EX Xenon Face is probably playing Xenon. I would expect so, but you never know. But I'm gonna assume, and they did list Xenon as their main suit, so we may see Xenon Exia to round out our pretty aggressively heavy lineup here versus. Alternative V. So Linden lists Build Strike as their main, and so we're probably going to see the double build fighter team. We're going to see Hot Scramble Build Strike, which should be fun. And they did not drop a single game in their qualifying rounds that they played. So
that's huge. That's good. And like I said, man, I am a huge fan of Hot Scramble, and I'm looking forward to see what Hot Scramble's going to do, man. He going to give people the Hot Scramble eggs. We never know, man. The mid range for that character is really, really dope.
Okay, so I'm looking at the lobby here. It's actually pretty different from both. So Xenon Face is actually playing Camphor, so it's going to be Camphor Exia, another low-cost team here at the 2000 1500 comp. And then we actually are going to see, it looks like it's Gabra. Oh, sorry, it's Zaku Amazing. So it's actually going to be Zaku Amazing Hot Scramble. So the
How is that comp?
So Johnny Riddick. Oh wait, sorry, Johnny Zaka. We're swapping out build strike for the other build suit. So it's gonna be 3,000, 2,000 with hot scramble Zaku Amazing, and Zaku Amazing is a pretty solid suit, but it looks like, I don't know. I'm not sure if they're actually gonna stick with it, but we're gonna find out. What were you saying, Kazim?
I was gonna say, how do you feel about actually the Zaku and the hot scramble? The way I'm picturing it, I feel like the Zaku is going to be taking a lot of lives, but the hot scramble is just going to be throwing a lot of funnels and just doing like small damage over time, and hopefully letting the Zaku actually kind of like dish out a lot of damage while being able to take a lot of lives.
So in this match, the tricky thing is the enemy team is going to be playing Exia Camphor. It's a double low cost, kind of close range centered suit. So Hot Scramble typically has a pretty solid mid-range game that is enhanced by the Boost Dash Melee, right? Boost Dash Melee is that got projectile auto guard on it with really good hitbox. You're typically using that as a threat, but it's a little scary to throw it against something like Exia in particular, for example, right? A little harder to attack against Exia just because it has good melee. Camphor, hard to say, kind of like if Camphor gets the barrel roll around Boost Dash Melee, it can be kind of tricky, especially with the burst. Otherwise, I think it's okay for Hot Scramble, but we might see the Hot Scramble play a little more timidly against this kind of team and just kind of play this range game and just try and keep those low cost suits out of the game and just play it at the mid range. I foresee the AC from Hot Scramble, the fast shot, really good at knocking down and punishing low boost landings, and that's definitely something that happens a lot with when you're playing 2K 1.5K. Especially Camphor. Like I think it's going to be a little difficult if Camphor is trying to be aggressive with these barrel rolls and stuff, and Hot Scramble is just throwing out the fast AC. But at the same time, like you said, it could be a funnel game. I think it's fine without playing funnel. Typically, you see a lot of the stronger Hot Scrambles use less of the down funnel and keep the fence for Omicron just to keep your landings low. But at the same time, against this kind of comp, when they have less boost and less performance, the down funnel, the fence can be quite a terror to deal with. But at the same time, like I said before, using it in conjunction with pushing it in the close range might be a bit dangerous, especially against Exia.
Right.
So Zaku Amazing, on the other hand, like I don't foresee it really going in that much. I think it does a really good job at supporting with its missiles and hard to see main. Just a lot of cover fire. So I think we're going to see this Zaku Amazing. If it is Zaku Amazing, I think we're just going to be seeing it throughout a lot of support from the side lane, just making it really difficult for the enemy team to attack in. I'm not really entirely sure what the game plan is going to be for this Exit Camphor. Like, I guess they're just going to just try and get in, basically.
Double lock. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you can try and double lock hound this Zaku Amazing. I do think that Hot Scramble doesn't have the best ability to peel compared to some of the other front suits. Like preemptive charge shot A for the big Garrow is pretty decent. But his ability to peel is not, in my opinion, the strongest. He has AC that's kind of the main deal, but like I could see a match playing out where they just kind of run the train on Zaku Amazing, and Hot Scramble is left in the dust, or they juke it and then they just pounce on Hot Scramble. I foresee the Exia doing a lot of work here with the Camphor being just like the battery. When Camphor builds meter, they're gonna pop and just go straight in, and but otherwise, like we'll kind of have to see how Camphor plays out.
That's a scary team. That's just a scary team to think about, man. Exia, and then you got a battery of Camphor. Like, oh my goodness, I just feel like the moment they just make one good read and they have bursts and they get a hit, I just feel like the tide, if they were losing, they're just winning all of a sudden. I feel like they're just going to change the tide so fast. So I really hope that the other team is going to have a very, very defensive strategy against this, because I feel like the game is really going to begin when the burst hits. If the game looks what I think it's going to look, where it's going to be slow in the beginning and then when the burst comes out, I feel like that's going to equalize who's winning right now. That's what I think is going to happen. I feel like we're just going to see a burst and we're going to see a lot of damage dish out, and the Exia definitely is going to be the MVP. He has to be the MVP. He has to be the LeBron James of Gundam.
I mean, compared to the last match we saw, there's no X1 whip, so it's going to be, and there's no like one-shot down BR from V2. So I think Camphor is going to put in a little bit more work this game than the previous match we saw, because, you know, Camphor in burst is just ridiculous, but the last match we saw, we actually saw a good amount of just knocking him out because of those one-shot downs. So, you know, we'll see. I do think that could be something we see is just the Camphor going nuts, and, you know, just blowing up all over one of these two suits. We're going to find out here, though. Players ready, going in the match here. So here we go. We got Camphor Exia versus, we've got Hot Scramble Zaku Amazing. It's great. I feel like I haven't watched Zaku Amazing in a while, but I do think, like you're saying before, Exia is probably going to be a really important clutch character for this team, for just for fun, but we'll see.
Yep. And I hope they have a great time, man. You know, fun is always important. So we're about to see right now how much fun Camphor is going to have right now. And they're trying to find a way to pick out who they're going to be locking on right now. And it seems like the Hot Scramble is their objective. And the Zaku Amazing is doing a great thing of supporting, as you said, it's going to be a huge support role. And he is holding his teammates down right now and just peeling slowly but surely, just keeping the space kind of like distance between them. But I really like the Camphor just getting in, trying to peel and get a lot of bursts, and it's blocking, and it's just slowly just making his way around this pollution right now.
Yeah, Team Just for Fun here. So far, we haven't really seen much as Hot Scramble and Zaku Amazing just doing a good job setting up the wall. We are seeing use of that down funnel. And both of them, I think, are getting close to burst here. There's the burst ready for Camphor. So here we go. Let's see. I think we're going to see a double pop here. Yep, there it is.
There we go. And this is where the match could change right now. If this right.
Oh,
and
no.
They wasn't able to capitalize. That is not good.
Yeah, turned his back on Zaku Amazing. Zaku Amazing able to just hit Camphor out, and there goes
And
Exia.
he got Exia. Oh, that's not good. And they're looking really healthy over there. Did they even get hit? Oh, they just did.
Yeah, this is not looking good here for Team Just for Fun. Team Alternate V doing what they need to do here, which is just force Team Just for Fun to make a play.
That is too much damage early on right now.
All right, second person for Exia. Gets knocked down again.
Got a knockdown.
Nice.
Oh, this is not good. Okay, what he's gonna do with this? Okay. They finally put in some more damage on the board, but I don't think this is enough right now because that just gave the Hot Scramble burst. And now the Hot Scramble is about to create a lot of havoc right now.
Yeah,
Got the knockdown.
Pretty over here.
Yeah, I think this is pretty convincing.
Yeah.
But anything could go right now, right? Hot Scramble definitely has low life.
Repair Exia, so it's they have Exia and Repair at this point. They can kind of do whatever they want.
This is really rough.
Game. Yeah,
that was really rough. That was very, very unfortunate. I felt like that whole game plan that they had. I felt like they couldn't make the decision fast enough. If you notice, they kind of they're trying to pick and choose like who to go for, and as they were picking and choosing, they were actually taking a lot of damage.
I mean, Camphor got picked off in burst. I feel like that's basically the end of the story here for that first half. Like, neutral was not working out, but, you know, even if the neutral doesn't work out, if you can make it up in burst, you can still win that match. But that first burst from Camphor just did nothing and got knocked down. And then his partner, who was in burst, basically got left in the dust and just, you know, could not achieve anything in burst. So we'll see if game 2, the burst can do something a little bit better here. But if the neutral's not working out, we're basically relying on this Camphor to create an opening with shooting burst. We will see what happens here, but we're going to take a look at this Zaku Amazing first here, piloted by Linden.
Okay. And already, Camphor is already taking a lot of damage right now, early. And this is really, really good. He's going to sit there and play the support, and he's just going to try to pick and choose anytime they try to go in on the Hot Scramble. And it looks like that gameplay is not working.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically just taking turns knocking down one person, right? It's like they knocked down the Camphor, then they knocked down the Exia, they knocked down the Camphor. The Camphor and the Exia kind of playing pretty separately here, and unfortunately, the coordination's not quite there. Camphor trying to get a hit, does not quite get it. Camphor has burst, though. So here we go. Damage. So no damage, basically. Here we go. All right, let's see Camphor can make something happen. Yep, there, here we go. Oh, my God.
No, this is not good. Now the Exia is going to have to make a very, very big play, especially with the burst, if he has it right now. I'm sure
Exia does not have burst still, so Exia is still a bit far away from burst.
Okay.
Exvius burst now,
God.
but at what cost, right? This is the neutral here. The double low cost just not working out, unfortunately. I mean, I think a lot of this has been hinging on the potential for Exia to try and make a play. The Exia has just not made any plays. Here's the burst from Hot Scramble. Counter burst,
everybody popping burst, huh? Yep. Everybody
they do down Camphor, and they knock down Exia. So big W here.
Yes.
It's really looking like it's going to be a 2-0 for Team Alternative V.
Yeah, and man, like I said, I really like the team like synergy that they have, and those Scarabys are going to be doing so much work, especially when they have to come back. They're going to be taking a lot of damage, and it's just going to be adding more salt to the wound right now.
You might see the side whip Oki again. Let's see. Okay. Trying to do something here.
Oh, he was trying to dance, but he didn't want to dance with him. Okay.
Okay, that's going to close it out.
He tried.
Yeah, he
Unfortunately, that strategy did not work.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of an attempt to flex there, I think. You know, from the Arios, but yeah,
that was actually pretty funny.
Did not work out, but you know, I respect the attempt. Suit swap would be something that I'd like to see here. Honestly, I don't think this comp is working for Team Just for Fun, but it looks like they believe they're gonna go. I really want to see the Xenon here. Honestly, like. His name is Xenon Face, and he's not playing Xenon. I feel like that's
pretty disrespectful, right?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I still think there is a good chance, as long as like WC Cow can just become Gundam and just run the train. I mean, that's all it needs. Like. This match could be one-sided completely other direction if this Exia player was just, you know, hard bonding in the 1v1, but it's not happening here. But, you know, definitely could be.
And both of them are losing their situations, too. And then, as you said before, they were very separated. So I feel like that game plan is not working. I feel like they need to stick together and pick a target together and keep that always in mind. Always focus on the characters. Right now, he's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah,
and they are looking very
He's
healthy.
probably going to pop it. Let's see. He's going to try and get close and then pop it here. I think here. Yep. That's a green lock, though.
Okay. Didn't do a lot of damage, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, they got the Zaku amazing once.
That's pretty good. Good block. All right, this is what they need right here.
Yeah, Exia needs to run in now. Like, they need to take these knockdowns and get some damage from it. Unfortunately, though... that did not work out. Exia.
Nice evasion from Exia, though.
So I think the thing, we haven't been able to watch too much of it, but I think Zaku Amazing is giving the Exia quite some issue here. Or just the team in general. Like, it looks like they're having a lot of trouble dealing with Zaku Amazing. Just the flip for self-defense and just its ability to do pretty safe, suppressive fire. I think it's just giving them a lot of work. Here's this burst here, but this positioning...
I feel like this burst is a little too late. I think it was a little too late.
No, this is okay. If they get the knockdown, they need to run Oki here. It's really conservative. Yeah, a little bit conservative of a burst here from Exia. It does not work out. It goes down.
Oh, that was not good.
Yeah, this is looking like it's probably going to be a 3-0 for Alternative V. You know, at this point, I don't really see much they can do outside of double killing Hot Scramble or something. And they're so far. They're just so far. So not impossible, but... You know, definitely they cannot really afford to take like any more hits, and you know, every X amount of seconds they're just gonna get hit by these down funnels if they can't defend against them.
Yeah, and I feel like those down funnels are definitely adding a lot of work. I feel like it's almost like a 3v2 right now because those down funnels is a character itself.
Camphor, they need this play to happen here.
Oh man, good evasion, but he's blocking. This is not a good situation. Blocking right now is definitely not good. Your teammate's down, and you can get double locked, and your camper unfortunately can't capitalize on any of the situation. And now here comes the burst.
Nice!
Oh
yeah, could not get the full or could not kill, but there's repair mode Exia. This game's looking pretty over. Yep, that's it. 8B to close it out. Makes sense. You know, unfortunately, that at the end there, Camphor's burst again just did not work out. Hot Scramble just doing such a good job taking those knockdowns. So it was looking like a kind of bully the low cost suits kind of match.
Every time.
Yeah, the comp worked out pretty well. I think Zaku Amazing was just a difficult egg for Team Just for Fun to crack, you know?
Yeah, the Exia was actually... The Exia was having a hard time against the Zaku.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Hot Scramble just play his role really, really well, right? High Cost was able to use a lot of his utility to keep the low cost at bay, and it just did a lot of work. And the damage added on, and they were able to play the neutral really, really well without taking a lot of damage, and was able to fight them more than once, twice, but 3 times. And a lot of those Gary shots was actually doing a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like Alternative V is just a little more solid overall. But I would like to see Just for Fun take more ground, maybe. Just get a little closer first before trying to engage. I think maybe would have been the thing. Or Exia just needed. If Exia had found the hits. In any case, that's going to be our upper bracket round 1, right?
Yep. And this was pretty convincing on a lot of sides. Unfortunately, we had a lot of disconnects on I'll get this Neko side, but all the other matches were pretty competitive. But also, it was a pretty sweep at the same time. I feel like it was 2 sweep, and everything else was pretty close.
Yeah, definitely that. The double S tier Sneeds and Feeds, as well as the Neko Mimi Soul, were like really close matches. I wish we'd been able to see a little more from that second match, but. It looks like actually we're already seeing Neko Mimikon taking it 3-0 against Finland Busters in the lower bracket. So we are going to be potentially seeing more of them on stream if they can keep up winning. But man, yeah, what a bracket star of the day, right?
Right. That was actually pretty interesting. I really liked the uniqueness. There wasn't a lot of like same comp teams. So that's also pretty good too. I mean, well, we've seen a lot of Kempler, right? But we've seen a variety of suits. There's a lot of suits in this game, so it's pretty cool to see them like switch around. A lot of people step to their guns, which I really like too. I really like when people just like, we're gonna try to work with this game plan. We're gonna try to stick to our guns, and we're gonna try to ride it out whether it works or not.
I mean, I think Camphor is a really good tournament suit personally. But I also feel like the comps that have been running Camphor have not really allowed Camphor to shine. So that's a little unfortunate. But it is pretty interesting. We're seeing a good amount of Camphor. But I feel like V2 also. We saw a couple of V2 teams. V2 seems to be pretty popular as well in kind of the tournament cycle. So interesting to see. Definitely both suits that can kind of get you those momentum you need to clutch out those wins for sure. But in any case, if you guys are interested in checking out some more competitive games, definitely be going to compete.playstation.com to find more info on all different kind of tournament series that are being run by PlayStation. Not only for Gundam, of course, but for fighting games as well, from Guilty Gear Strive to Tekken and Mortal Kombat. So it's just a great opportunity to get your feet wet in the competitive scene if you're new, or to test your skills out in a competitive environment, all from the convenience of your own home. So it's really awesome. We have things other than EVO as well. So there is the Open Series running a plethora of games for you guys to check out as well. But definitely be going to that compete.playstation.com for more info. And I think we're going to be jumping to a break first, and then we're going to come back here with our upper bracket, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so,
and like I said, there's going to be a lot of matches coming through, so I'm looking forward to see. So make sure you guys sit tight and wait for the break, and we're about to be jumping into some more Gundam Maxi Boost action.
See you guys soon.